I'm going to preview the Baylor versus Oklahoma men's basketball game, and I anticipate this as a top 25 showdown because Oklahoma won both their games last week, and the game will be played on February 13th at 8 p.m. Central Time on espn2. And currently, Baylor is 17-6 overall, 6-4 in the conference, while Oklahoma is 6-5 in conference and 18-6 overall. So, yeah, there's that. Now, what are some players to keep an eye on for Oklahoma? Javion McCollum, number 2, 6'2", 160-pound guard. That's a junior. 14.2 points per game. 45 for 139 on threes. 68 for 73 on free throws. 2.8 rebounds per game. 3.4 assists per game. 2.1 turnovers per game. 0.9 steals per game. 1.6 fouls per game. Then Oteja Awe, OWEH. I apologize if I butchered that name, and I'll put the outlook on Oklahoma men's basketball in the description below. And I do not know what the ranking is going to be, and I'll make sure to put that in the title. So there's that. Number 3, 6'5", 215-pound guard. That's a sophomore. 12.5 points per game. 18 for 39 on threes. 61 for 93 on free throws. 4.2 rebounds per game. 1.7 turnovers per game. 1.7 steals per game, and 2.4 fouls per game. Jalen Moore, number 14, 6'7", 222 pound forward. That's a junior. 10.5 points per game. 16 for 38 on threes. 49 for 63 on free throws. 6.1 rebounds per game. 1.5 turnovers per game. 0.7 steals per game. 1 block per game. 2.3 fouls per game. Then it's Milos Uzan, number 12, 6'4", 193-pound guard. That's a sophomore. 8.8 points per game. 25 for 85 on threes. 19 for 28 on free throws. 3.6 rebounds per game. 4.5 assists per game. 1.8 turnovers per game. 1.2 steals per game. 1.5 fouls per game. Then there's John Hugley IV, number 1, 6'10", 275-pound forward. That's a junior. 8.4 points per game. 13 for 33 on threes, so he can shoot the ball from 3. 50 for 66 on free throws. 3.8 rebounds per game. 1.4 turnovers per game. 2.3 fouls per game. There's Rivaldo Soares, number 5, 6'6", 215-pound guard. That's a senior. 7.6 points per game. 18 for 59 on threes. 52 for 65 on free throws. 5 rebounds per game. 0.9 turnovers per game. 1.6 fouls per game. And there's Sam Godwin, number 10, 6'10", 235-pound forward. That's a senior. 6.8 points per game. 46 for 72 on free throws. 5.4 rebounds per game. 1.3 turnovers per game. 0.6 steals per game. 0.6 blocks per game. 2.4 fouls per game. And there's Latrell Hard, number 0, 6'4", 190-pound guard. That's a senior. 6.3 points per game. 36 for 99 on threes. 16 for 24 on free throws. 0.7 turnovers per game. 0.6 steals per game. And 1.2 fouls per game. And the last player that played last game was Luke Northweather, number 45, 6'11", 245-pound forward. That's a freshman. 1.5 points per game, I believe, but I'm going to double check that. Real fast here, and I apologize for this. Yeah, 1.5 points per game. Kind of what I thought. 4 for 14 on threes, 6 for 6 on free throws. Obviously, you got to hustle the other team. You got to put last game against Kansas behind you and learn from it and apply what you learn from that game to this game. Both the offense and defense. You got to make adjustments on the fly, both offensively and defensively, like possession by possession, not just timeout by timeout or first half to second half. I mean, that's the truth. You got to limit your foul trouble while getting them in foul trouble. And you cannot play like the ref game and expect calls to go in your favor. You got to find a way to make plays to win. And obviously, Langston Love did not play last game, so I do not know if he's going to play against Oklahoma for Baylor. I really don't. So, I'm just pointing it out up front. And it's probably going to be like hush hush, more like gamesmanship on that. So, expect nothing to come out. Unless he does say game time decision on the press conference. I'm just telling the truth. Now, defensively, you got to contain the shooters, contain the slashers. You got to force more turnovers than you did last game against Kansas. You got to out-rebound them. Rebounding the ball, you got to limit their second chance points for the opponent. Fast break points, points out turnovers, and points in the paint. And that's kind of what hurt Baylor is the points out turnovers. Yeah, you got to do a better job there. And rule number one on offense, you got and make them uncomfortable on offense. Oklahoma, make them uncomfortable. Now, obviously, get some blocks, get some steals. It's just you gotta play good defense without fouling. You don't allow a straight line drive, and make those 3-point shooters chase them off the 3-point line and make them shoot long twos, or get them not clean looks at all. Now, offensively, you gotta take care of the ball better than last game against Kansas. 21 turnovers. That's ridiculous, and some of those were self-inflicted. I'm going to say that point blank in the face about it. Of course, you got to get your second chance points, which we did a good job of, and that kept us in the game. And rebounding the ball, you got to get some points in the paint, points from the 3-point line. You got to make every free throw count, and do not allow the opponent to be reliant on free throws. I mean, don't get them to the free throw line so much. I would also say on offense, you gotta have good shot selection as well. I mean, that's the truth to get some points on turnovers. Sometimes your best offense is from your defense. Not just points on turnovers, but some second chance points, points in the paint. You gotta make every free throw count. That's kind of what hurt us last game. A little bit. So, I'm just telling the truth. And you got to play a little bit ticked off and a lot of energy going into this game, especially after a loss. It's time to protect home court here because, just to keep ourselves right there in the mix for the Big 12 title race. All right, and obviously you got to have Mir a little step up off the bench. And I think last game was more like a learning experience for him because it's his first game with meaningful minutes. I mean, I'm just telling the truth. Caleb Lerner needs to do his role. Hopefully Josh Uchiwuna plays better than he did last game. I'm just telling you the truth. Of course, if Langston plays, he needs to step up. But, who knows how effective he's going to be. And we got to think about down the line, too. Do we want to risk him for this game? But you get the whole point. And same thing goes for Jonathan Chumbo-Chacho. He might need to play in this game is do his role. Of course, Jalen Bridges needs to shoot the ball better, which he made 3 for 7 on threes, but 3 for 9 from the field. But Ease Missy needs to step up, and he did against Kansas when you look at the numbers. Jaden Nunn, he needs to step up. Jacoby Walter needs to at least get to the rim. And I know he's struggling from the 3-point line right now, but he gets some free throws, and he made every single free throw. So, and hopefully Ray J. Dennis has more points than last game with 3. And he turned the ball over 6 times, and Jacoby Walter had 5 turnovers. And Josh Uchiwuna had 4 turnovers. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a ridiculous amount. I mean, literally 5, 6, that's 11. That's 15 turnovers from 3 guys alone. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe. And see you guys later on the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal. It's 1,000 more, so money off this course. Like a video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit subscribe button. Read the notification bell as well.